Good morning. Welcome. I'm Mary Winners. I am a gerontologist, the owner of About Senior Solutions, and you are watching Visionary Aging. The whole reason I put this whole program together and have so many dedicated friends who support the program is because we want to empower you with your vision of aging. We plan weddings and retirements and vacations, and I want you to plan your vision of how you want to age. So this is a resource program and time to just have a little fun, let your hair down. So let me go ahead and bring on Steve this morning. We have a little bit of a different program. We have a very interesting lady who is just turned 107. Can you believe that?
Wow. God bless her. That's awesome.
I know. And we also have a little segment by Melinda. She's going to talk about why our quadriceps are so important to us as we age. If we want to stay at home and live in our houses indefinitely, we need to make sure that we have a certain level of strength to maintain that. So let me go ahead and, you know what, I have to do your intro. So let me go back to your intro and hold on. So keep sending your questions, Steve, at info@aboutsenior-solutions.com. Steve, what's the question today? We didn't even talk about what it might be. So,
well, we got a couple to choose from, but question today is, I visit my parents in their assisted housing residence, and I noticed that they have a glass of wine in their room or two, and I'm a little concerned about their alcohol intake. What is an appropriate amount of alcohol? Like, is it okay for them to drink, and how much is it okay for them to drink, and how do I monitor that? A lot of questions.
But you know what? It's a great question. And I think especially in the more independent living settings, alcoholism is a real deal, a real big problem. And we actually had a guest on who spoke about that, Peggy Franklin, who has, I think it's called Second Act, I think is what she calls it. But Peggy Franklin has been on the program before, and you can look for her and the resources that she offers because, you know, it can change. People who never had issues with drinking can have issues as they get older, as our body changes, as we have medications that we're on. The alcohol may affect us differently. We have loss of spouses and neighbors and locations and homes or pets and things where somebody may just turn to more drinking. Mm-hmm. So that said, if it's a concern to you, I would definitely want to address it. And talking with your parent may or may not be the right answer. Understanding a little bit more about the amount of drinking may be necessary. I don't know if you're involved in their care support at all in the facility. I actually went into a memory care unit at a really beautiful high-end memory care community. And they all had glasses of wine. And I know that it was non-alcoholic, but that just made them feel they had happy hour, and it made them feel like adults and like things were normal and fun. So I would highly suggest, if that's something that's still important to your parent, there are labels that you can find non-alcoholic wine, and maybe try something like that. So anyway, that's a huge question, a very small response to a very complicated concern that somebody has, but they can always call us and check in and see if there's something we can do for them too. So guess what? We have a lady who turned 107. I can't even believe this. She turned 107, and she has a very interesting, unique, like little thing that she does to support her longevity. Should we talk about her now?
Sure.
It's pretty crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do her intro. All right. She is pretty cool cat, actually. Let me just show you a little bit about her. Um, there she is toasting with her beer, and we'll talk a little bit about that too, because they're saying that is the fountain of youth in regards to having longevity there. So this 107-year-old Pennsylvania woman, her name is Margaret DeLulo, from Reading, Pennsylvania, received a special shipment of her favorite beer, but she says that it actually is her fountain of youth, and drinking one every single day has made a difference. So we'll talk about who the beer company is, but Margaret claims that her secret really is to drink one of these glasses of beer every single day. So hats off to the Yuling and Sons Brewing Company. They dropped off an enormous truckload for her. It's a 6th generation brewing company. So I don't know. I guess I gave the secret away already, but I can't believe this. I mean, check her out. This is so cute. Let's see. Here we go. Here's another one in the stream. Look at her. She's there with all of her booze. We're drinking coffee and she's drinking beer. What does
she
that
looks like
say?
she looks like she's taking a selfie.
Doesn't it? I know, it's great. And there she is, just having a little cheer with one of her little neighbors too. So Suzette said that's hilarious, and I think it is too. And here's the beer. Actually, let's go ahead and we'll just jump in and we'll show this. We'll show this beer. I'm gonna have us jump out maybe. What do you think? You think it's very far from Boston? Oops, let's see. Where is he? Show the stream. Yeah. So what do you think? You think it's very far from Boston? Maybe we should go out there when we go out and see Harvard.
Let's do it.
Right.
That's awesome that they do that. That's a great way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, it really is. So I don't know if Melinda is going to join us this morning. We might just have a fun little short program. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about AARP came out with a home fit guide, and I highly suggest it. Just go into AARP and look it up. They have these worksheets, which are really kind of cool. It gives you a series of questions to review in your home and make sure that it's you can just identify any kind of problem issues, mostly regarding lighting and falls and making sure that you're safe in your home. You could have somebody come out and inspect. Are there things that you want to do? Are there things you want somebody else to do for you? All the supplies you might need. That I love it. It was the don't do it yourself list. I thought that was really great. And then a way to interview contractors or handymen too. And then they also add a nice little list for you to communicate with neighbors and with family, like just a little worksheet there. But we have that in our portal. So if you're a client of ours, you have that. So you don't need to worry about posting things all over. Oh, you know what? I do see that Melinda's here. So let's bring Melinda in and see what she has to say today.
Hello. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I just worked with a lovely person coming in for our first session in the strength shop here. So it's always fun to introduce someone to strength training, this type of strength training for the first time. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love. So show us a little bit about your equipment back there.
Ooh, okay. Well, the equipment is MedX equipment, and it's designed for slow strength training. I don't know if you spoke, because I'm just joining right now, but I don't know if you spoke to how important it is to increase, to maintain leg strength as we get older. Did you speak a little bit about that already?
We did. We mentioned that you would be talking about how important that is, and that's really important if we're going to stay in our homes indefinitely, or age in place is the terminology.
Mm-hmm.
We just chatted a little bit about AARP's list, and that's something that we do when we go out and do an assessment for someone. We want to check and mitigate any kind of falls. But the other thing is we want to stay strong. So tell us a little bit about what we need to do. What's our tip to stay strong so we can stay in our homes?
So it was kind of going along with how you asked about the machines. The machines are designed for slow strength training. And the reason we use slow strength training at the strength shop and why it's so important is because we're not using momentum. And so one of the biggest, I think our big tip, the big tip for today, to maintain your lower body strength and stay in your home is you don't want to have to rely on other things to be able to move around, for as long as possible. So a lot of our clients will come to us as early as they're 50, having lost the ability to stand up from the floor without using the countertop or a chair grabbing on.
I understand that one. In fact, it's kind of scary when you bend down or you get up and you go, ugh. It's like, oh, that did not come out of my mouth.
Yeah. So the biggest thing that we can do is to maintain our lower body strength and to stop relying on the countertops or the chairs to help us get up off the floor. And how you can do that for yourself, no matter where you are in that process, is by really moving slowly with your leg muscles. So I think a lot of people, when they get out of the car or when they get up off of a chair, it's almost like using momentum and the upper body strength to kind of swing out of it, instead of really letting your muscles do the work. The more you let your muscles do the work, the stronger those muscles are going to be. So it's kind of like that phrase that we've always heard, use it or lose it. That really applies with the lower body strength and being able to do the things that we want to continue to do that will keep us in our homes for longer. So really using those muscles when you walk up the stairs, try not to lean forward or use the rail. Try to use the strength in those leg muscles, because that's a built-in workout that you're doing every day that will help keep you mobile and independent for a lot longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I was in the strength shop yesterday, and I think I was pressing like almost 340, right?
Yeah, I forget exactly, but it was definitely over. I'd have to grab your chart. It was definitely over 300, because I was like very impressed with you.
Well, I was having a wonky day, but at the same time, I just think it's so important. So if I'm going to be a good example of a gerontologist and support others in their endeavor to be their best, I want to do the same things that we're offering people. So,
yeah.
I am so grateful that you have the strength shop there to help, and I know also it helps to support bone density. We just need to maintain that muscle mass. I had somebody who had a fall the other day, and it was really scary. And honestly, I don't know what it's going to look like for me in 30 years. But I'm going to try to embed these ideas in my head. And another thing that I do with my clients is I ask them to get out of the chair and see what a struggle it is for them to do that or not. And I always find it so darling, because I say, I want you to be able to do it like this, effortlessly, and just stand up without using your hands or your inertia from your own body. And they're so cute, because they're, oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
But then we can get physical therapy, or they can come into the strength shop, and it's not something that's unsurmountable to do.
No, definitely. The technique we use at the strength shop was developed for 90-year-old osteoporotic women to increase bone density. And what they found was it increased muscle strength, bone density, and even improved their cardiovascular health more significantly. Yes. Muscle is so important. It's not just the muscle strength that we need to stay mobile and independent and get around, but it's also muscle protects the body and stabilizes the body. So muscle is how our skeleton is held in the correct position. So it affects our balance, it affects our posture, our muscle mass. And then it also is protection. So if there's an impact to the body, so say I lose my balance and I fall, muscle absorbs the impact of that fall, it takes on the collision and it protects the skeleton and the internal organs underneath. So our muscle mass is important for staying mobile and getting around, but it's also important for protecting the skeleton and the internal organs inside.
You know what? That makes so much sense. But that is such a great tip. Muscle protects. Muscle protects.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I want to see if we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up early today. But let's see if Steve's with us. We'll bring him back on. And we'll see what everybody's doing for the Halloween weekend.
Ooh, yes. I can't believe it's already Halloween.
I know. It is definitely fall. We're in full motion here. So any plans? Anybody have anything interesting that they're doing?
Go, Melinda.
Not at all.
We have
boring.
We better think of something because we have 2 kids. So.
Well, my son's having a Halloween party, so I'm going to head down over to that.
Oh.
I'm going to make a little pumpkin, that little, I'm going to like carve out the little mouth. And I saw a picture that says, you know, I don't know, you just have the like guacamole or something coming out of it. It looks kind of icky, weird, but it's like a fun little prop for a Halloween table to have.
That's so cute.
Nice.
With the chips and the guac.
Yeah, I love that.
So
I think we're going to the Huntington.
Are you?
Yeah, they have a couple of Halloween events going on today and tomorrow.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, maybe that's something I can do.
I
And
feel
some
like
light music, too.
trick or treating is canceled again this year. I don't even know.
I'm not sure, and I don't get trick or treaters. It's not okay. So
Yeah, they talked about doing trick or treating at the tournament house, Tournament Rose's house, and the Queen and Court are going to be handing out candy at the house.
oh nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
Well, we
cool.
have a queen too, right? We have a queen, and we have inductees to the Hall of Fame as well. Correct?
we do have our Hall of Fame inductees. Yes, we have Ron Simpkins, we have Jim Delaney, and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was a star running back at
Davis.
Southern California, played in 3 Rose Bowls, was on one of the teams that arguably is one of the greatest teams ever in college football. And then Jim Delaney was the commissioner of the Big Ten for a very long term and did just an amazing job. Big friend of the Rose Bowl, and they call it a 2-anchor bowl, meaning that the Rose Bowl has the Big Ten and Pac-12 champion play in our game. So Jim Delaney was a big proponent of keeping that together. And then Ron Simpkins was a linebacker at University of Michigan. And he played in the mid to late 70s. And up until about 10 years ago, he was the leading tackler in Michigan history, football history.
Really? Oh, interesting. Fantastic.
Three great individuals.
I look forward to meeting all of them, and I know that'll happen before too long. And everybody be safe and have fun for that holiday Halloween weekend. And
We didn't talk about our national days.
what is it? Oh, our national day. Isn't it something with cats?
Yes.
It's National Cat Day. Yes. It's also National Oatmeal Day.
I can
So
get
if you're
it.
watching this and you haven't had breakfast, have your oatmeal.
Still oats.
Good fiber.
Sounds great, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Be safe. Happy Halloween.
Thanks.